Hey guys, what's going on? It's xdeadlysmoorex here, and welcome back to part 76 of our Treasure Cold Steel Let's Play. In the last episode, we finished off our mandatory request, which was to go into the Saxon Iron Mine and retrieve a minor metal called lindium, which we managed to do after a giant jellyfish mushroom thing had swallowed it. I don't know how, considering it doesn't have a mouth, but hey, it's video games. You tend to throw logic out the window sometimes. Then after that, after we retrieved the ore, we went back to the Ruhr Institute of Technology, and they were going to do some experiments or whatever they decided they were going to do with it. And he gave us 10 U material, which is really good because I can upgrade my weapons, which is great. But after we came out of the Ruhr Institute of Technology, there was a bit of a kerfuffle between the Neutia Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police, to the point where the Neutia Provincial Army brought two armoured cars into the middle of the street, basically. And then Captain Claire got involved. And then Rufus came from out of nowhere because he's like the fucking, I don't know, it's like Rufus just has, I don't know how you'd call it, what you call it. He just appears from out of nowhere. And then after that was all sorted and dealt with, we were then, Elisa then invited us up to her house, which is the 24th and the 25th floors of the Rhymeford company's like tower thing, which is where we are now. Unfortunately, we didn't get to eat dinner with Elisa's mum because something had happened. Something had come up and whatnot. But now we're going to be doing all the exclamation marks, the story events, and then going from there. So let's get into it. Crow and Elliot. Plans for the concert going okay? Yep, they sure are. We decided who will be on what instruments and have a good idea of what our two songs are going to sound like. We should have everything pretty set by the time this trip's over. By then, we're hoping we'd be able to show what we got to the rest of the class. Fantastic. Sounds like things are really coming together then. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I'll be glad to pitch in. Sure thing. Yo, good timing, man. I'm torn between the two designs for the girls' concert outfits. What revs your engine more, A or B, man? Let's see. Whoa, back it up. None of these. But if we want to lock in the guys' votes, we're gonna need to give them what they want. Push those boundaries of good taste, man. Then we go in for the kill with a little wardrobe malfunction at the end, and victory's as good as ours, man. We won't be winning anything but a trip to the principal's office if we get banned from participating. First, you need to make them a bit less revealing. Actually, make that a lot less revealing. What's up with these little comments in the margins? Optimal bounce vectors, show them titties. Are you serious? Pah. I knew we were overdue for a long talk about your prudish tendencies, man. Well, those issues aside, the base designs both look pretty good. I'm leaning toward B. I think it'd look good on everyone. Is that so? Alright, I'll give this one a little more polish then. God damn it, Crow. God damn it. There we go, Marcus and Sharon. Would you like another cup of coffee, Master Marcus? Oh, yes, please. What about you, Masterine? I'd be happy to take your cup directly to Lady Elisa's room if that's what you'd like. Or I could just, or you could just, bring it out here. That'd be great. This room is amazing. So many books here on such a panoply of different subjects. It's as though you've never again you should visit a real library. I guess it's safe to say meets your approval. Yeah, you could say that. It's not every day I get to see such a charity collection. I feel a little giddy. Sharon told me this room is the one adjacent were once Gwen's private rooms, which means all the books here were part of his personal collection. Wow. He did seem like a really smart guy with a lot of different interests. So I guess it makes sense he'd have a mountain of books like this. And now the last one is Elisa and Fee, which isn't here. I think this is Elisa's room. Knock. It's me, Ring. Can I come in? Oh, hey, it's Ring. Of course. Wow, so this is your room, huh? It's a lot bigger than I would have guessed. Pretty nice and tidy, too. I like the view from the window. Honestly, were you raised in a barn? You don't just roam around a ghost room checking everything out. Sorry. These days my mother's the only one who ever uses this floor. There's so much space, it must feel pretty lonely to have it all to herself. Elisa? Just a passing thought. Are you nervous because there's a boy in your room? You can always find somewhere else. No, it's fine. Don't leave. I mean, yeah. It's the first time a guy's been in my room, but... Hey, you tricked me into admitting that. I didn't ask you to say anything. Don't fight, you two. Had enough of everyone else fighting. God damn it. Is that one more? I don't think there was. Sheila, I probably shouldn't go out again tonight. Besides, there's plenty to check. Whatever. Huh? I have a hunch Sharon knows something. Maybe I should ask. Maybe I should see if she will tell me anything. Can't hurt to try. Just go. Oh, she's in this one. She's in laundry. Oh, Master Ian, is there something I can help you with? Perhaps you'd like to wash your back but want some help with those hard to reach spots. Not to worry, I'm here to help. I think I'll pass. Actually, Sharon, is Lisa's mother really alright? There's no need to worry about it, Chairman. It's not as though she's wrestling some abnormally large crisis or anything like that, though I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the specifics with you. I understand that. But I can't help but think about that quarrel between the Provincial Army and the RMP we saw this evening. I'm guessing the reason she couldn't make it is related to that somehow. The way you like to just throw potential theories out there, that reminds me of Lady Sarah. Perhaps that's thanks to her guidance as your instructor. I'm not really sure about that, but your lack of denial tells me I'm on the right track. You may interpret it how you see fit. However, I'd like to reassure you that there's no need for you to worry about the chairman. I'd much rather see you direct your concern towards Lady Elisa. Alright. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Don't worry about it, Master Ian. A maid must always be available to serve her guests. Still, are you certain you don't feel like a rejuvenating back scrub? I'd be happy to give you a stimulating massage too, if that's your wish. It's stimulating? I mean, I'm A-okay, thank you. That's a massage with a happy ending. Elisa? I wonder what she's doing. Maybe we should go see. Or, you know, Reed, you don't have to. Man's got eyes of a hawk. So he's standing here, right? You can just about see it. You'd probably just about make out Elisa going into that room. Oh, damn.
Hey, Elisa.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, were you worried?
A little, yeah. Seeing you like that just kind of reminded me of that night in Nord.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm so pathetic. I keep going on about how I'm going to be independent, but then I get all worked up over something as trivial as this.
Seeing the city from above at night is really something, though. And to think, you got to take in a beautiful view like this every night growing up.
Yeah, I guess so. It used to be my grandfather, my father, and my mother here. Then after my father died, Sharon joined us. But through the years, my family has always enjoyed seeing the lighted windows of Ruhr at night.
Something that never changed, huh? I guess it is to you what Ymir's mountains are to me.
Maybe every family has something like that. Still, first my grandfather left, and now Sharon and I aren't here most of the time either. Mother just stays here all on her own. Every time I think of that, I just feel like crying. I can't understand why she chooses to be so alone.
I thought so. You're not just angry at her then.
Well, she gets under my skin, that's nothing new. But if I was in her place, I don't know how I'd cope. I couldn't live like she does, losing herself in her work all alone with no friends or loved ones by her side. She wasn't like that before, back when my dad was still alive. She's always been a career woman, but back then she was kind, funny. She had this warmth, you know? But ever since Dad passed away, she hasn't been the same. Work became her life. She pushed Grandfather out as chairman, all for what? More work? I've never seen her indulge herself, not even once. If she isn't dining with some business partner, she eats nutrition bars instead of meals. Sharon scolds her for it, but that's how she is. And that's why I'm scared. I don't want life to just pass her by.
That's really sweet, Elisa.
Where did that come from?
You're always looking out for the people in your life. Even when they get on your nerves, you still care about them. It's like how you and I were at first, or how you were with Laura and Fee. Heck, I still remember how you told me off for hurting my sister's feelings. You've been keeping an eye out for Milliam all this time, too. And you should know that we're all really grateful to you for it. Especially me. I'm worried about what's happening here in Ruhr, too. This is your home, and your mother might be caught up in whatever's going on. I think we should look into it.
Oops.
What? But with all our field study tasks, where would we find the time?
Why not do it while we're out handling those? Making some headway is always better than making none, right? I mean, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Everyone else does too. Fee cares. So does Elliot. Machias does too. Even Crow's been concerned about you. We can use our time in the city to poke around and find out more about what's going on. You know, kind of like we always do.
Well... if you say so, but I'll save the thanks for later. I doubt Sharon will tell us anything, no matter how much we pester her. But I'll ask around and see if anyone I know has any idea what might be going on. It shouldn't be too late to give some of them a call at least.
All right, I'll leave the info gathering to you. Once we get our task list tomorrow, we can discuss how we want to do this.
All right. Anyway, I think I'm going to start calling my contacts. Oh, and one more thing. If I were you, I wouldn't go around stroking girls' heads like that. I mean, you don't just go whispering sweet nothings into any girl's ear, do you? This isn't so different, really.
Huh? Oh. I guess you're right. Sorry, it's something I always did to my sister when she was feeling down. But now that you mention it, she did seem to resent it more as she got older. But when I stopped doing it, she called me insensitive and got all upset anyway.
I think your sister and I would have a lot to talk about. But anyway, I'll see you later.
All right. Well, she seems like she's feeling better now. I just hope our efforts will turn up some good leads. Huh? Call functionality works here? I guess it would, seeing as we're right in the headquarters of the company that built these. Maybe it's the instructor. Hello, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Oh, good, it went through. Glad I was able to get your number from Milliam.
Is this Captain Claire?
It is. I apologize for calling so late. Are you free right now?
Yeah. What's up?
There's something important I'd like to discuss with you. But it's a matter best discussed in person. Would it be possible for you to meet me in the city? Sooner is preferable.
Like, right now? Would this happen to be related to our field study?
Technically speaking, yes. But with the Provincial Army on alert, traveling in a large group would draw too much suspicion. That's why I decided to contact you directly. You're the team leader.
People keep saying that, but I never recall agreeing to it. But, sure, I guess. I'll head out right now. Where should I meet you?
Go to the upper level. On the south side of the elevated walkway, you'll see a bar called F. It's a quiet, upscale establishment. The perfect place for a private discussion.
A bar called F on the south side of the upper level. Got it. I'll head there right away.
Rin, you know where that is. We went there for our field study. Or we went in there to do the that Wi-Fi connection test thing.
I'll be waiting. I'm not on a schedule or anything though, so there's no need to rush. You've got time. And by the way, I'd rather you didn't mention any of this to Elisa.
Huh? Why?
Because what I want to discuss with you happens to involve the Rhineford Company. But I'll leave it to your discretion. Anyway, you know where to find me.
It feels a bit cruel to keep only Elisa out of the loop. But it sounds like it's pretty important. I think it'd be better to go now and tell everyone else about it later.
Yeah, this way. I don't.
Huh. I need to leave, but I don't want to leave the front door unlocked. But if I ask someone to lock up behind me, they'll want to know where I'm going. I guess I might have to tell Elisa where I'm going after all.
Will you be stepping out?
Sharon? I couldn't even tell she was there.
There's no need to explain. That glimmer in your eyes tells me all I need to know. Not to worry, Master Reen. Your secret's safe with me. So enjoy your night to the fullest.
Wait, what?
You have a date with a fetching young lady, don't you? I'll make sure no one notices your absence, especially my lady. Just be certain you're back by morning.
I assure you, I'm not that lucky. I just got word that this acquaintance of mine was visiting Roar, and they wanted to catch up a bit, so I was going to slip out and see them for a little while.
Very well then. I'll lock up behind you. I'd also be glad to help you build an ironclad alibi. No one would think twice, even if you were to stay out all night.
I appreciate the thought, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Anyway, I'll be back later.
Of course. Take care.
Let's go.
It's past 9 already, but I still see quite a few people working. I guess it comes with the territory, working for the world's largest industrial manufacturer. What was that?
That was just someone stepping out of an elevator ring. God damn it.
Right. She said she'd be waiting at a bar called F. It's supposed to be somewhere on the southern side of the upper level. Should I head straight there?
Where are you going?
Fee, how long have you been there? Wait, have you been trailing me ever since I left the penthouse?
Well, I saw you slip out. So, where are you going? Are you really headed out for a late-night romantic rendezvous?
What kinds of lies has Sharon been feeding you anyway? Okay, here's what's up.
Rin explained how Captain Claire called him and asked to come out for a meeting.
That totally sounds like a rendezvous. Sorry, I shouldn't have interfered.
Whoa, it's not like that. Well, you know everything I know about it now. Why don't you come too?
You sure?
No reason not to. It sounded like whatever info she's got has something to do with our field study. And honestly, I wasn't all that keen on having a one-on-one with a military officer to begin with.
Gotcha. But first, I want to walk around a bit.
After we've been walking around all day?
Whenever I come to a new city, I always like to get a feel for what it's like during the day and the night. I feel kind of uneasy if I don't.
Why do I get the feeling like while we were in like Berea Hard, she like slipped out like while everyone was sleeping and just wandered around the town, and then she did the same when. Oh no, no, we've only been with Phoebe for one field study, haven't we? Because she wasn't with us in Celtic. She was with us in the Gram. No, she wasn't with us in the Gram. That's a lie. Yeah, she wasn't with us in Celtic, so she probably did it while they were in Palm. She was with us in Berea Hard. She didn't come to us to Nord. I don't know where they went for the other group went. She didn't come with us in Legram. Oh no, she came with us in when we were in Heimdall, so she might have done it then, I don't know. She could have done it.
Oh, right. It must be a Jaeger thing. Alright, I'll join you for a little stroll. I don't want to keep the captain waiting too long, though. Will once around town be enough?
That'll be fine. Okay, let's roll.
Fee, join the party. I think you can't just literally just run over there, but...
By the way, did you happen to run into Sharon on your way out?
She saw me leaving, but she just let me go.
Even the best maids aren't that all-knowing.
They're still open, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh no, I need to go to... That's on the lower level. Oh, get my places confused. It's because George does like both. Okay, that's the one we're looking for. Did I? There we go. But, there we go. Kind of a waste of view material if you ask me, considering what's going to happen later. Later, I should say, or whatever.
Wow, this city's got a nice feel at night.
Yeah, it's really pretty. This is where Claire said to meet her, right?
Yeah, this looks like the place.
Well, looks like this is the place. Are we done looking around? After we meet the captain, we probably won't have any more time to look around tonight. And to the bar.
Alright, now to find Captain Claire. Oh, wow.
Damn.
I guess it makes sense that she wouldn't come here in uniform.
The charms of an older woman, eh?
I think I'll manage. Sorry I kept you waiting.
Don't worry about it. Oh,
Hi.
Yeah, I kind of ran into her on the way here and told her she could come along. That's not a problem, is it?
not at all. I assume you've been surveying the town while acting as Reen's bodyguard.
Sounds like you've done your homework.
The intelligence division has told me a little. Anyway, I think we might attract a little too much attention if we stay at the counter. What do you say we get a table for 3? It's good to see you both. I think this may be the first time we've been able to have a proper conversation.
You may be right. I was hoping I'd get the chance to sit down and talk with you too, actually.
Oh?
You sure you don't want me to go?
That's not what I mean. I have a lot of questions, like about why Milliam transferred into our class, for example. But there's one really fundamental question that would go a long way toward answering a lot of the others. What exactly is it that you and Chancellor Osborne are trying to accomplish? Let's look at that standoff with the Provincial Army earlier this evening.
Right for the neck.
It's hard for me to feel much sympathy for them after they drove armored cars right into the middle of the city, but maintaining order in the provinces is generally accepted to be the duty of the provincial armies. Maybe it's just me, but it seemed an awful lot like you were just trying to provoke them by belittling their authority.
It did look like your people were picking a fight.
Viewed without the proper context, I can see how it might look like that. But right now, the factional conflict in the Empire is nearly at its breaking point.
So then why are your people trying to pick fights if it's like that?
Crossbell is buzzing with talk of independence, and Calvert is still weathering its immigration disputes. In such volatile times, there's a very real need to create a far more expansive network to help maintain public order. The only organizations that are up to the challenge are the Railway Military Police and the Intelligence Division.
Incorrect, because you didn't even know you didn't even know Rufus was in the city. So there's a Rufus. Last episode, Rufus pointed out a massive flaw with the Railway Military Police. Is if someone goes into a town by airship, or I don't know, walks into the fucking city, then the Railway Military Police don't know until they're actually in the city.
That may be the case.
Still, your boss is the one making those conflicts worse.
And your boss is a massive asshole.
I can't deny that, but at the very least, the Chancellor is acting with a sense of integrity.
No, he's acting with a massive stick up his ass, is what he's acting like.
He hasn't stooped so low as to give aid to terrorists, unlike some others I could name.
Yes, but he also created the reason he's also the reason that the Imperial Liberation Front actually exists. So yes.
I want you to at least understand that.
Wait, so...
Wow, she really said it. So the noble faction's been the one backing the terrorists, huh?
I'm afraid there's no longer any doubting it. We've all but confirmed the involvement of Duke Cayenne, the most prominent representative of the 4 great houses. The 3 airships the Imperial Liberation Front have been using have been traced back to Ordis as well.
I'd wondered how they got their hands on those.
I've heard the Duke is just a gaudy old man, but Eustace's brother came to pick him up in Legram, didn't he?
That's what Toval told us. And now, Rufus just so happens to pop up on another of his secret trips. Captain Claire, what's going on in Ruhr? And how are Elisa's family and the Rhineford Company involved?
I guess it's time to get to the matter I called you here for in the first place. The Railway Military Police is currently weighing the possibility of a forced inspection of Rhineford's first factory.
Sounds serious.
The first factory belongs to one of Rhineford's major divisions, right?
Correct. It's one of the main divisions and handles the bulk of the company's iron and steel processing, among other things. They're also currently under suspicion of something I'm not at liberty to discuss with you right now. The 2 of you are aware that project management at Rhineford is split up across several major branches, right?
It is?
And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now?
Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Rhineford Group. Well,
Oops, my
Come
bad.
to think of it, I overheard Elisa and Sharon talking about something like that.
For years now, Rhineford has been the Empire's heavyweight when it comes to heavy industry and manufacturing. The company is split into different divisions that handle things like steel production, railways, weaponry, and tools. The problem is that those divisions have simply become too large. Large enough to have their own internal allegiances. Some to the nobles, with others supporting the reformist faction.
Are you serious?
So even companies are taking sides.
I'm sure Irina Rhineford is aware of this to at least some extent as the company's chairman, but the self-supporting accounting system she introduced has the side effect of granting each division a long leash. Because of that, I doubt even she has a full grasp of the situation.
So, the first factory you guys have your sights set on for that inspection is aligned with the noble faction, I assume.
You assume correctly. And the provincial army is doing everything it can to stop us from carrying out that investigation. That's what led to this evening's quarrel.
To be fair, you wouldn't be doing a forced inspection of the first factory if they weren't aligned with the noble faction, so...
I imagine Chairman Arena is currently doing her utmost to rein in all the divisions and get them back in line. The thing is, when she seized control of the company 5 years ago, she had to rely on support from both sides. Being indebted to them like that, I have my doubts she'll be able to target the underlying problem.
It's sounding shadier by the minute.
You can say that again. The situation seems even more dire than I thought. And while all this is going on, the factional conflict keeps burning hot across the rest of the Empire.
I've told you as much as I can right now. Tensions are mounting all over the country, but Ruhr has an extra fuse of its own. Try to gain an understanding of the crisis unfolding here. Then do your best to stay out of it. Whatever other lessons Class 7 takes away from this field study, I hope that ends up on the list. I wish you the best with the remainder of your field study.
You obviously don't know Class 7 then. We stick our nose where we fucking want to.
Please have the bill sent to the Railway Military Police Branch Office in Ruhr Station.
Certainly. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Wait! The bill!
Looks like she just picked up our tab. She gave us some good intel too. For free even.
And I can't just go running after her now. Looks like we owe her one.
So, you like the mature type, huh? She's sorta like Sarah. Except responsible and composed.
You can say that again. Oh.
Must be yours.
Hello? Reen Schwarzer speak.
Reen, what are you doing?
Oh, it's just you, Elisa.
What do you mean it's just you? Is it true some girl invited you out for a night on the town?
Whoa, hold on. A late night date? I thought you only had eyes for me, Reen. Anyway, good job, kiddo. You better spill all the details later, huh?
He'll do no such thing.
Now, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Fee was with him too.
Still, it was rash of you to go out on your own without at least consulting us.
Ready to head back?
Look at that shit-eating grin on Fee's face. She knows Reen's in trouble.
Yeah, I think that'd be for the best.
Keep up the good work.
Nice. And in this episode, we're going to get one of my favorite. Meanwhile, in north of Ruhr City, we're going to get one of my favorite lines in the entire. No, it is my favorite line in the entire game.
The time has come. First Heimdall, then Crossbell. Now Ruhr shall be the third to witness our conviction.
As you wish.
We'll hit him so hard, they'll be picking up the pieces for weeks! You heard the boss, man!
That's Patrick size.
Tomorrow's a red-letter
Okay,
day
yeah, it
for
is.
us. A real do-or-die moment, in every sense of the word.
Who's the other guy? I can't remember who the other guy Patrick size voice is in this. Oh, it's Mueller. That's the other one.
All our preparations will be rewarded soon, when we sweep in and take the Chancellor's head.
Please do. He's an asshole.
Keep your eyes on the prize, and give it all you've got!
Yeah!
There we go. Field study day number 2.
So tired.
The air here is so fresh, especially for a city with this many factories. Must be because we're up in the mountains.
I'll say, compared to the capital, the air quality is pristine.
Well, the capital does have a few 100,000 more people living there. Sure is a nice day today, isn't it, Elisa?
Not as nice as last night must have been.
I told you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll bet you are. I cannot believe you! After all those things you said to me last night, you go rushing out to meet another girl!
Ooh, the skies might be clear, but I'm sensing a stormy forecast today.
Well, all things considered, even if we assume Captain Claire is trustworthy, I'm not sure how wise it was to go out on your own.
I know. In hindsight, I regret keeping it to myself.
Still, it was pretty bold of Captain Claire to show up alone to meet Reen. Even dressed down, I wouldn't have thought she'd go out alone with the Provincial Army on patrol.
I'm guessing she's more than strong enough to handle herself. Not sure what her weapon of choice is, though.
Ah, I wish I could have seen her all dolled up, though. But she was a real knockout. Come on, that would put a spring in any man's step. I don't blame you for sneaking out alone.
Oh!
You know Crow's doing that on purpose. You can see like the expression on his face. He knows he's doing it on purpose.
No! It's not like I knew she was going to show up wearing a cocktail dress. I swear!
You seemed pretty taken by her when she showed up yesterday, though.
And Fee's adding fuel to the fire as well.
And your eyes were glued to her right up until she left the scene.
Oh, really?
So while we were enjoying a quiet evening, you were out carousing with a beautiful woman, were you?
This is it. Next line is my favorite line in the entire game.
You lucky son of for shame, Reen! We're here representing the Academy on a field study!
Take out that last part of that sentence where it says we're here representing the Academy on a field study. It's that you lucky son of for shame, Reen. It's my favorite line in the entire series. I don't know why, but it's the way he delivers it is great.
I swear, you guys are just making things up at this point. But thanks to the information I got from her, we have a pretty good idea what's going on here in Ruhr.
Let's take a drink.
And now that we know, we should be able to do something about it.
Oh.
What do you think, Elisa?
Yeah, I'm in.
So in short, the first factory did something to catch the eye of the railway military police. And all the while, the Provincial Army has been here blatantly trying to prevent them from doing that?
Let's not forget that the first factory is run by none other than the Noble faction.
I know that the divisional directors have been operating without much in the way of executive oversight for years now, but Mother always allowed it. She thought that encouraging competition among the divisions would yield more innovations. I never thought that'd lead to something like this.
Seems like the lesser of two evils.
By the way, hearing about the first factory made me curious. Do the other divisions have their own political allegiances?
Well, to give you a basic idea, this is a bit oversimplified, of course. Divisions are made up of many people, and they all have their own opinions. But the positions of each division's directors are clear as day, though. The first and second factories in particular have had a pretty fierce rivalry going on between them for years. But even still, I wouldn't have expected the first factory to do something flagrant enough to prompt a military inspection.
Neither would I.
All right, we're gonna do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this. And when we tie this up all nice and neat for her, even my mother will have to admit she's grateful to us.
Sounds like a plan.
That's the spirit.
Offhand, I'd say this falls under the scope of our field study too.
Thanks, everyone.
Sounds like we're in for a ride.
Anyway, let's take a look at the field study tasks Sharon gave us for today.
Depending on what they are, we might be able to get one done today. There's an naughty highway monster. Shots fired. That's the one I was talking about yesterday. And crying over lost milk.
Yeah, I think we can handle these.
It's still 8 a.m., so we have plenty of time to work our way through the list.
And while we're doing that, we can ask the people we meet about how things stand between Reinford's divisions.
I think what we'll do is we'll start doing
Look alive, everyone. It's time to get to work.
Right. Roger.
Gotcha.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to start the... Oops, excuse me. We're going to start the quest for the RF Arms one to take out the monsters with the guns. And yeah, that'll be it. Then we'll cut off for today. You must be the students from Thor's. Thank you for coming. I assume you must be Sandy. That's right. Though I wasn't expecting Lady Elisa to be accompanying you. I've seen you a few times over the years, but it's an honour to meet you in person. Hey, that's very kind of you. Well then, allow me to tell you a bit about myself, please don't. As you know, my name is Sandy, and I serve as Chief of the 2nd Factory's Firearms Development Division. It's an honour and a privilege to be able to work with you. Thank you, the pleasure's all ours. You must be tough for Elisa around here sometimes. Yeah, she's practically a celebrity here in Roar. As you might have gathered, I need your help combat testing a new kind of orbital firearm. Specifically, I require the assistance of someone familiar with the use of orbital firearms in combat. So, would one of you be able to help? Yeah, we'd be happy to help. Excellent. Well, then, to begin with, what kind of gun would you prefer? What do you mean? I assume you were just going to give us whatever you had ready. Terribly sorry, I probably should have explained. Technically, I'm not asking you to test a new gun, but rather a device that goes inside it. It's called an orbital unit. And what's that exactly? I'm sure you're already aware that orbital firearms use orbital energy to propel their bullets. Orbital units are the internal mechanisms responsible for producing that orbital energy. After much arduous research, we finally developed a brand new new kind of orbital unit. As such, the model of gun it will be installed in makes little difference for this test. Any type will do. Okay. So what you're saying is the orbital unit's basically the engine and the gun's the car? Precisely, a very accurate comparison. Alright, I think we get it now. So, what are our choices gun-wise? I've brought 3 with me, a shotgun, a pistol, and a pair of gun swords. If you'll forgive me, I did little research on your weapons of choice. A little research on your choice of weapons. Tests like these are best performed by those with a degree of proficiency. That's true. Wouldn't be very useful if your tester was uncomfortable with the weapon in question. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, man. You even brought something for me. So what is it exactly that you want the tester to do? Ah, yes, I do have a specific test I'd like you to conduct. Specifically, I need you to defeat a number of dancing owls, a kind of monster found on the Saxon mountain path. 10 of them should do. Dancing owls? The name doesn't sound terribly threatening, but they're highly agile, bird-like monsters, which makes them perfect targets to test firearms on. The tester won't need to defeat them alone, but he or she must be the one to deal the finishing blow. Understood. How are you guys going to decide who gets the orbital test unit? Mate? Well, how about you pick fearless leader? Sounds good to me. I'm fine with Charlotte as well. Sounds like it's settled. You know, I don't always have to make these decisions. I think you're just gonna have to accept it. Alright then, in that case... Fee. Targets are agile bird-like monsters, considering how fast Fee is with her gun swords. Taking them down should be no problem. So do you want to be the tester, Fee? Okay. Sounds as though you've made your mind up. Here's your test weapon. See what you think. Sure. Black Raid. That should do nicely. Should we head over to the test area then? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Alright, let's get going then. Saxon Mountain Path is where we went to the mine, right? You got it. That exit's near the airport. Quest. Shots fired started. And that will do it for today's episode. So, for recap, we talked to everyone in the in Elisa's house, and had to tell Crow off because of his designs for the outfits. And then we had another heart-to-heart with Elisa. And then after our heart-to-heart with Elisa, we got a call from Captain Claire, who wanted to meet us at the bar, the F bar, so we could talk about what's going on with the Rhymeford Company. And then we found out about the first division, the first division that makes like the steel and all that, the heavy equipment, is up for inspection from the Railway Military Police. Then I don't know what I'm doing on screen. And then after that, we heard my favourite line in the game, as Elisa was like cussing Reen out. Then after that, Marcus, get the fuck out of the party. He's got the swords. Back raid. Then after that, we got our field study talk.
Okay.
Elisa gave us a little bit of a rundown in regards to
Right. Fire.
Okay.
how the Rhymeford companies like run with the different divisions and their, well, not run, but like their allegiances. And then after that, what we're doing right now is we started the request for shots fired, which was to test some gun swords, the ones that Fee's got right now, on some dancing owls, which is what we'll be doing in the next episode. Oh my god, missed twice. Fuck. And he's frozen.
Right.
Oh my god.
Fire.
I'll handle it.
Anyway, eyes off the battlefield for the moment.
Okay.
Oh my god, and it's frozen as well.
Right.
Bollocks.
Fire.
Okay. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're...
Yeah, so in the next episode we're going to be doing this request, the other side quest, and then maybe starting the actual like main quest that we're supposed to be doing.
My turn.
For this field study, which is taking down a Hydra on the highway, I think it is.
Good work, everyone.
That's nice, actually. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you are enjoying our Chairs of Cold Steel Let's Play series, make sure to subscribe as well. If you're a fan of JRPGs, or just RPGs in general, those are dancing hours, make sure to subscribe as well, because hey, that's what I'll be doing on this channel.
It's my turn. Fire!
Right. Oh my god. I have a few projects in the work lined up, so hopefully you guys are on the lookout for those and will enjoy them when they come out. And I will end the episode off after I finish doing this dancing hour shit.
I'll handle it.
Yes, you will. Go that one. Green needs to stop being confused, otherwise he's going to hurt someone.
Thanks.
Over 1,000 level pissing attack.
My turn.
Well, there we go.
Targets eliminated.
Get about 3, but we've got 2.
Let's get going.
That's fine. So we've made progress. Already made progress on the request. But yeah, this is oh, got an EP. This is xdeadlysmoorex, and I shall see you guys next time.